Like what kind of products does this company makes?
Yeah. So really the primary focus for Stryker is the manufacture and sale of medical devices mainly used by specific set of surgeons. We don't deal with some of the other units of the hospital. Most of our stuff is focused on procedures that are done in an operating room by a surgeon, or some diagnosis tools to be done, and also patient mobility. So we really try to follow, the easiest way to explain this is we try to follow a patient from the time that they actually need patient care to the time they leave that treatment and everything in between.
What is your function in this company called?
It's a great question. I've had a lot of titles. Right now, the official title is Sales and Customer Engagement Manager, which basically means that I manage all of the internal training for our sales teams and our marketing teams, but I also look after big kind of VIP clients anytime that they're going to go to a contract or anytime they need to have some kind of education event run, like a training event run at their premises.
So all kind of negotiations with other companies?
I get involved with negotiations with the hospital sometimes, so I'm helping Anna with the tender for AMC, which is basically just a publicly issued contract. But then I also train our internal people. Prior to that, I was working as a marketing manager, which meant that I was looking at all the promotional material. So anytime you see billboards on the side of the road, or anytime you go to your school and you see flyers on the wall trying to bring you into some kind of social activity, think of that same stuff. Somebody has to create that. Somebody has to think of how to get that message across the campus. So that's what I did for a while. So I was looking at how do I make sure that all of our customers, like surgeons and nurses, know about the equipment that we have and what equipment they can use in surgery that we offer.
Okay, so expand the idea and try to sell.
Yep. But also too, it's like your iPhone. Your iPhone is different than your Samsung. Each of them promote different features and different benefits for the consumer. So the same thing with me. So I try to make sure that I know what our company really is, building its reputation on, and I try to make sure our customers understand, maybe we want to be a quality type of manufacturer. So we want all of our customers to know that we're not going to have all the bells and whistles of an iPhone, but it's never going to break. Our products are never going to break, and if they do break, then we're going to make sure we can get you the equipment that you need faster and without having to pay for it. So we try to figure out what is our strategy that we want to communicate to our customers, and then how do we get that message to them.
What kind of skills do you think are the most important for someone who wants to work this kind of function?
In marketing?
Yes.
So I think you have to have a real strong sense of strategy, understanding, how things work. You also have to have a real strong sense of people skills and, understanding cultures, because to me, when I moved here, it wasn't anything really complex. It wasn't like, what skills do you have to have? Do you have to have a finance background? Do you have to have an engineering background? To me, it was being open-minded to different cultures. Because what some people value in the UK, they don't value maybe in Benelux. They might not value in Spain or Italy. So having more of the art of understanding people, but also communication is a real big aspect of this job. Being able to effectively communicate. Now, communication is really misunderstood, I think. Communication doesn't mean more communication. It doesn't mean I'm going to send you more emails, more WhatsApps, more video chats. That doesn't mean more. It means effective. How do I make sure that you receive the message that I'm trying to give you? Because every person, you only have 24 hours in your day, and you're getting more information from your local newspapers, more information from your television, more information from your company. So how do you make sure the information that you need to communicate to somebody is processed and received? So having the ability to effectively communicate is a real big skill.
What kind of products does your company make?
We make, like you've seen in production, we make PLCs, so computer modules for machinery, for packaging machines or food processing machines, robots, pick and place robots, and safety light curtains. Curtains that prevent you for touching a rotating machine, so it's a safety product.
Okay, thank you. What is your function called at this company?
I'm the European purchasing manager.
Okay. What do you usually do during the day? What are your tasks?
Yeah. As a purchasing manager, we have to make sure that all the parts that are needed for the production that you just saw, that we buy them competitively, so at a good price, that we get them into production on time, so that they can make products for the customers on time, and in a good quality.
So you can make a profit.
Right. Yeah. The better commercial conditions that we can achieve, the better the profit is for the company.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. What kind of education did you do before you started working here?
Well, I started off at the MAVO and then HAVO, and then after that I did what's called HTS. This is a technical study. It's called it now. I think I have a bachelor degree in mechanical engineering. That's the equivalent now, these days. And after that, I started because that's a technical study. I started to get an interest for commerce, more commercial, and I did some courses called Navy, NEVI, and that is specifically for purchasing study.
Okay. What skills do you think are most important for this function?
I think combination of technical and commercial, because you need to know a little bit about the components that you are buying, about electrical components or plastics or steel or whatever that you are buying, combined with a very good commercial skill, that you understand how the process works between the supplier and us as a customer.
And do you think communication is a big important skill?
Yeah, communication is very important because in an international company like this one, you work with a lot of suppliers in different countries. So we work with suppliers in Japan, in China, but also in Turkey and in the US. And it's very important to have a good communication and to make sure that people understand you.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can imagine that if we do not have a good communication with the supplier and we get the wrong quality or we get the wrong parts, then the production line will be stopped here in the factory, and we cannot supply to our customers, which would be very bad for the reputation of Omron.